I bid you welcome to our annual Hospice Memorial Gathering on behalf of the whole Hospice team. Today we gather together with traditions from across the world who mark autumn as the time to stop and remember our loved ones who have died. In the Celtic tradition known as Samhain, this is the time of year when they mark the end of the harvest and the beginning of the long winter nights. It's sometimes known as the Festival of the Dead. In Mexico and across other Latin cultures, the Day of the Dead is embraced with the celebration of naming ancestors and celebrating their memories. All Saints' Day and even Halloween are rooted in traditions of remembering loved ones who have died with respect and gratitude for all that they have provided to our human community. It is easy to see then that across differing cultures, we can tend to our grief by holding the absence of our loved ones, whilst carrying them into the now and future by holding them deep within our hearts. Due to HIPAA reasons, we will not be reading names aloud this day. But please know that, like you, we remember them with gratitude and hold them very near.
Hi, I'll be singing Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell with a partial rewrite by me and the rest of the hospice team. Bows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's cloud illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Love and joy and happiness and feeling that you'll never miss, as every moment's filled with bliss. I've looked at life that way. But sometimes grief can feel so real, it's hard to say just how we feel. Yet memories it cannot steal. I've looked at life that way. I've looked at life from both sides now, from joy and loss, and still somehow it's life's ambiguities I recall. I really don't know life, really don't know life at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends are acting strange, They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost, but something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow, if life's ambiguities I recall, I really don't know life at all.
The highlight of autumn is studying forests of green as they burst into flaming colors, spanning pale yellow to magenta. Listening to a soundtrack of crunching leaves, feeling cool breezes, fluttering branches, and wisps of untamed hair as we examine patterns from leaf lines and spindled trunks, sprouting multiple branches, lifelines to the sun, as if reaching the sky to paint its blue canvas with fire. Fresh scents of oak, birch, and maple meander the air in overlapping trails, stimulating our senses, as if energy were bottled in a fragrance. But soon winter winds blow the last leaves from the trees. We step into the same forest as the sun decrescendos, wiping the canvas with black ink, leaving a glowing orb and her babies dotting the sky. We examine the forest as before, but the more we focus, the less we see. It's only when we ease aside our loud self, the self that searches for clarity, and relax our eyes, that shapes bloom in the periphery. It's only when we shift our trust from our loud to the quiet self, our seeking self, the self made vulnerable by loss of the very sun that defines our world, that we not only see, but can navigate a way forward, perceiving, but never seeing the forest that holds us. The only way to cope with seasons of darkness and loss is to trust this quiet self to guide us, witnessing our life through gentle eyes, observing and learning from beyond, recognizing our emotions without giving them reign over us. It's in this place of resignation that we reconcile pain and joy, holding both in each hand, without the dominion of one or the other. It's in this space of reverence that we perceive metaphors of hope weaving through our experience like nudges from a reality undefined and indescribable. We begin to perceive elusive metaphors that dart around us like wild animals in the dark wood. We perceive the mystery of distilled truth, that which eludes our understanding, truth that no eye can see and no mind can capture. It's in perceiving without seeing that hope manifests, that we find a measure of peace to carry us as we allow our quiet self to guide us to places of healing in the midst of ambiguity, trusting the sun will yet again rise and paint our world with vibrant color.
Well, this offering is a visual ritual, a memorial, and most of it will be done on this sacred space in this sacred circle. And I will start by adding to the lights. And saying the intention. The intention of this ritual is to honor those who we have loved and cared for, and recognize in loving memory, in loving memory, in loving memory, to be kind, to know that our memories hold so much, and our hearts change over time. My heart, probably in your heart, has an absence at the center, and our hearts are pieces, And sometimes our love changes and the shape of our love changes. And we feel full in our memories and in our relationships. And then sometimes we remember the absence of our persons, and our hearts change shape again. Sometimes it feels like a hole in our heart, in my heart. But then the world teaches that I am loved. And there are gifts in holding a changing heart. This gift is rose hips. And it makes a beautiful heart for us today as we go through our changes. And we know that we have to be aware of the absence and of the fullness of our hearts as we change shape in loving memory. Again, sometimes it feels like we come apart, and then we find something inside ourselves. And sometimes we have to leave this place of memory and fly outwards. But we are always still here with love, rock as our anchor. And then we come to another place where we have to remember in loving memory, and we open ourselves up again, and it feels hard. But look, we go inside and we find, we find a full heart, and gifts. And then we can offer libations in the loving memory of our beloved dead. And we can even plant prairies or beautiful flowers in memory and in honor. In loving memory. We go in peace, sometimes in pieces, but always in peace. With gratitude. Thank you for sharing this visual in loving memory. Thank you for sharing your loved ones. With love. Be love. Be loved. Beloved.
I'll be singing Perhaps Love by John Denver. Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort. It is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, the memory of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer. It wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memory of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some is strong as steel, for some a way of living, for some a way to feel. Some say love is holding on, some say letting go. Some say love is everything, some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of pain, like a fire when it's cold outside, thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you. Some say love is holding on, some say letting go. Some say love is everything, and some say they don't know. Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of pain, like a fire when it's cold outside, thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you.
Let us continue to find rhythm in this time together with the words that I'm hopeful will bring us a sense of hope, a sense of calm, and a sense of peace. I invite you to make yourself comfortable, to close your eyes, to listen to your breath in and out, or to gaze at an important item near you. Allow these words to comfort you. Starlight shines only in thick darkness. Fresh soil is yesterday's worn out dreams. Guide our embrace in all seasons. Let us be so. When tears of brokenness trickle, apply on us that very same water and that very same salt to be made whole. Heal us in surprising ways. Let us be whole. Anger is understanding turned inside out. Depth is the molded pain of narrowness. Strength is vulnerability reimagined. Aliven our power from within. Let us be so. When sorrow seems the only rhythm of our soul, teach us to sense the relentless and inescapable beat of joy. Transform us to find peace of spirit. Let us be so. Order and chaos mingle indistinguishably. We hear best in silence. May we hold our mysteries gently. Let us be so.
Hospice volunteers experience the joy of befriending patients, spending time with them, supporting them and their families, and listening to their stories, and also experience the pain of grief when their new friends die. They support the hospice goal of living each moment to the fullest. This experience is so valuable that each volunteer willingly enters into a relationship with this knowledge, knowing that the gift of their presence makes a difference not only in the world, but also to the patients and the families. It's a relationship of mutuality, exchange of human experience that impacts each life, and what a gift it is.
This is the breath of breaths, chant of the four elements. Life is born the beginning.